Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today I'm going to start with unit 2, that is environment and nature. This unit contains 3 readings. First one is It's Country for Me, it's a story. Second one is environment. This one is an essay, and third one is Tears of Nature. This one is a poem. So all the 3 topics, these are about environment and nature. These topics tells us how much environment and nature is important in man's life. First one is Country for Me. It is written by Patricia Demuth, and as far as the title of the story is concerned, it's Country for Me. What comes to your mind, students? When I say it's country for me, तो country doesn't mean that कि ये country है, ये मुल्क है, that is for me. Over here, the writer is talking about the farm site. He's talking about that is the village, that is for me, for the writer. So it's over here has used an apostrophe in the place of I. It is country for me. The whole sentence is it is country for me. So apostrophe has been used. Apostrophe कहाँ इस्तेमाल की जाती है? When we omit some word, some letter. So over here I is omitted, and in place of I, S is that apostrophe is placed. So this It's Country for Me. It is written by Patricia Demuth. Let's talk about the author as well. Patricia Demuth, she grew up in a small town in Iowa, and she had lived over there for many years, and then she had spent a lot of time with her husband in the countryside, and she had written many books, and the first 4 books of hers were set on the farms. So as far as her important books or works are concerned, she had written Joel Growing Up a Farm Man. She had written down Snakes, Those Amazing Ants, Way Down Deep, Strained Ocean and Creatures, Cuddles in Trees, The Story of Birds Nest. So all these books, these are written by the same author, and most of the time she had been talking about the country life, about the farm life in her books. So before I go further, let's talk about the summary of the lesson, what this lesson is about. This lesson is basically about a Joel. Who is the Joel? Joel is a 13 years old boy, and he had been living in a farmhouse with his family on their ancestral farm. He was so enthusiastic and curious to learn about the farm life, and he had been so enthusiastic for his work on the farmland. And the family had been over there for over 120 years, and that farm had provided them both living and a home. So Joel is a passionate and diligent worker. He takes care of the animals at the farm, but also helps the family to grow food for them. Furthermore, the story elaborates that working at the farm helps to nurture practical knowledge and agriculture work amongst the children. Actually, when you adopt some nature, when you live in some environment, then definitely you learn a lot from that particular environment. Over here, the environment of the Joel is that of a farmhouse, that is country life. So he learned a lot of things, not only from the environment, from the country life, but also from all the elders who had been working over there. Then this story also emphasizes how working with the sense of responsibility and enthusiasm generates a sense of community and spirit of connectiveness among the family members. So let's start from the text. It was 11:15 at night when Joel, reading in bed, heard his mother call up, "Joel, come and feed Lambi, will you?" So what was the time? That was the night time. That was 11:15 at night. And Joel, he had been in his bed and he had been reading a book when the mother called up. So it means that mother, she knew that Joel would be ready to go to the barn house to feed Lambi, and at this time of the night, because he was the enthusiastic worker as well, and the mother, she knew about his enthusiasm, about his dedication towards his work. So she called him to feed Lambi. So she usually fed the orphan lamb, but tonight she had come home late from a meeting and she did not want to go to the barn wearing good clothes. So she herself feed lamb. That lamb was orphaned means that was parentless, उसके parents नहीं थे, and she used to feed him by herself. But that night she came late from the meeting and she had been wearing good clothes, and she did not want to go to the barn house and she did not want to spoil her good clothes. That's why she called Joel to feed Lambe. The small dog Jessica jumped up from the doorstep as Joel came outside, a pair of overalls pulled over his pajamas, the laces of his boots dangling loose. "Hey, Jess," he greeted her, ruffling the dog's thick fur with one hand as he looped together to the barn. In this other hand, he carried Lambe's milk replacement in a soda pop bottle capped by a black nipple. So the small dog, that is Jessica. What was the name of the dog? That was Jessica. He jumped up from the doorstep as Joel came outside. So Joel, when he came out from his room, when he went outside, so there was a dog, and dog's name was Jessica. So he, before going to the barn house, he pulled over his pajamas. Pulled over means he put on overall on his pajamas, and then he put on boots as well, and the laces of the boots were dangling loose. उसको जो है उसने ऐसे लूज ही हैंग कर दिए थे. Then hey Jess, he greeted her. He greeted the dog, and then he patted the dog's thick fur with one hand lovingly. Then both of them, they hopped together to the barn. They ran together towards the barn. So on the other hand, he was carrying the Lambe's meal, that was milk replacement, that was put into the soda pop bottle, and it was capped with the black nipple so that it would be easy for the lamb, for the little lamb, to drink the milk from the bottle. So it was March. It was the month of March, and in Western countries, March is a cold month. So it was cold over there. The yard light caught the mist of the Joel and Jessica's breath. So as it was cold over there, when he went outside and when he breathed into that cold air, तो definitely उनकी क्या है, उनकी जो foggy से जो एक shapes भी बन रही थी उनकी breath से, तो they had been enjoying this thing as well. A dim crescent mountain hung over the east hayfield, otherwise the night was black. So because of that crescent moon, जो एक बारीक सा मून था, because of that there was light outside, otherwise it was a dark night, it was a cold night, it was the March night. So here Lambe called Joel, opening the door to the barn where the sheep are kept in the winter. Okay, he went into the barn house where the sheep were kept in winter, and he took out that bottle, and that lamb also sprang up. Sprang up means that came out from the warm straw bedding and sucked down the bottle in 30 seconds. Just in 30 seconds, the whole bottle was finished by that hungry lamb. The mother had died giving birth to her a week before. So the mother of the lamb, she had died. That's why they had to take an extra care of that lamb. So you can see over here, students, that inverted commas are used. So inverted commas are used where here Lambe called Joel. So where that dialogue is used, it is the reported speech that was put into the inverted commas. So after here के बाद आपने जो है वो एक कॉमा इस्तेमाल किया हुआ है. So इस फ्रेज को और इस वर्ड को जो है वो एडवर्ब को सेपरेट करने के लिए from the noun you had to put the comma over here. Full stop is used where the thought ends. So this may have been Joel's 33,000th trip to the barn, since he goes in and out of it 10 times a day. Joel knows these farm buildings better than he knows his own bedroom. So Joel, he used to go over there time and again. This was the 10th trip of a day towards that barn house. This may have been Joel's 33,000th trip to the barn. So he knows that barn house more than his own bedroom. He surely spends more hours in them. He knows how to take care of them. They shelter, as well as he knows how to take care of himself. Farming is Joel's word. Actually, that boy Joel, he loved farming. That was his word. So he used to spend most of his time in the barn house among the animals, and rather than spending more time in his room and taking rest. So that was farming is Joel's word. Students, I'm going to stop over here. You have to think that why the farming is Joel's word. Thank you very much. Stay at home and stay safe. Thank you very much.